Sorry guys, I just thrown up my fan because it's making so much noise. You know what I like to say about nowadays to how to find partners like myself and better than myself. Cause of I love to talk about meditations, deepest meditations, how to be enlightenment goal you can achieve, but too little monk like to discussion about that. Most of the monks and most of the devotee they like to talk about commercial things, business things, making how to make money, how to build empire, property like this, etc. Right? I'm not criticizing any Buddhist monks. Still, we have lots of good Buddhist monks who really love morality and practicing meditations, debate meditation, who like to teaching Buddhism, spreading Buddhism all over the world, all corner, all part of the world. But very little monks, very little monk community like it. But most of the monks today very disparate and disgusting. I'm not criticizing any monks, but it is reality. I like to talk about reality, how Buddhist monks have to work, how Buddha worked, how Buddha sacrificed his lives, and what is we are doing now, what we have to do. We have to practice very hard and reading very hard about Buddhist books and Buddhist what Buddha teachings, but very little monks does. But you need more monks, more devotee, work on it and practice on it and focus on it, but it's too little. Okay, let's talk. Yesterday I have one of the I listened to one of the Hindu scholars. He is a priest. He have PhD from Harvard University. It is one of the famous university, and he got his PhD from there. He is a Hindu monks, and he working with the Ram Krishna Mission and USA. He's a very famous guy, and he talk about Arya Satya and 8 Noble Path and 4 Noble Truth. This is very important teachings and base of the actual Buddhism, 4 Noble Truth and 8 Noble Path. Very important teachings. We have wonderful discussion about it. I personally thank you him and admiring him. But one of the things today when I listen to people's other religious peoples and Buddhist monks and other scholars, something always miss there. I always like to take this missing part and occasion and like to share about it. Examples: mind and body. What is the mind and body? Buddhism always talk about mind and body. Many mind and body is called nama and rupa. Mind means our mind, and body means body. This Pali word nama and rupa. Their mind have a 5 parts. It's called 5 aggregates, and body is one part. You can see there, but inside body there are so many parts. But as a Buddhist meditation, there have uh, one of the called Kaya Gatana Sati Bhavana. It is some kind of meditations. You're going to be impurity about your body. His body is not good. It's dust. It's like a house. It is not a permanence. It is so dusty and so bad things. It's totally impurity. They have wonderful method. If you like to meditate about it, you can meditate it, but you have to read some Buddhist books and find one teachers. But very little monks you have to practice impurity meditations. Most of the today you can have that can guide you about mindfulness meditations and samatha meditation. Most of the monks you can see the teach about mindfulness meditation. Also myself, I'm mindfulness meditation practitioner, but I had been practiced 6 months mind concentration meditations. but it is not enough to teach someone and guide someone. I still need to more meditations about mind concentrations. But mindfulness, how much I know, I can help someone to be practice and process and focus his next uh, steps, as I know how much I know. But today firstly like to talk about mind and body. If you see science today, they are have a science try to found our mind and body and our starting and endings by using materials, using lots of telescopes, microscopes, many more kind of materials. They found like a gene and atoms and blood cells. There we have a 10 trillion blood cell whole our body, right? And lots and also same 10 million blood cell, 10 trillion blood cells, 10 same times 10 trillions also gene also work with and stay with one of the blood cell particles is genes. There are millions in our body. You can see this, and every single gene have a ability to produce another lives and give another lives, as according to scientists, as the science say. The, how about Buddhism? What Buddhism say? Same things. You see our mind. Mind have a lots of type of consciousness and subconsciousness and mental factor thousand billion trillions. But we Buddhist and as a Buddha identify Abhidhamma Pitaka. It's called Abhidhamma. It is ultimate truth. The ultimate truth there have a 89 type of consciousness, but those consciousness also have a mental factors there, subconsciousness. There some subconsciousness and mental factor are uh, skillful, some are unskillful, some are wholesome, some are unwholesome. But those unwholesome and wholesome mental factors also have a trillion particles, like our body have a like a 10 trillion blood cells. Same, those mental and physical, our mental factors have a trillion type of particles, like atoms, like as a science or atom means atom or Hawa. This is religious this, but atoms this is science giving names. Atom means some blood cell, part of the blood cell, part of our bodies, very little parts of the body is so little we can only see and identicate with microscope. Our skin eye we cannot identify it. Those atoms, those single atoms have the capacity to give one lives, make one lives. Not only humans, that kind of blood cells and atoms also animal also have this animal bodies everywhere. Even as a science saying us that can see the humans creations and humans uh, reborns or these human civilizations and human starting from all our around surrounding lots of stones and rocks on it. Every single rock and stones, sand and waters, they have something's footprint our starting our lives, starting being lives from those rocks, stones, waters, blood, that kind of stuff. There are lots of evidence that found by scientific research. Same times, if you talk about Buddhism's mind and body, I'm not talking about body because that time I'm not focusing body, because body is one part, mind has there are 5 aggregates. Those 5 aggregate like they are is called polywords. Polyword. uh, Sangha, Saska, Sangha. Sangha means is identifications, identifies. And Bhyana means consciousness. Those Bhyana is consciousness. And Passa means touch. And there is a smells, you can see smells. This smells also smells. And then you can see one things, that is there have a omni object and a subject. You can see this is one of the aggregates, part of the aggregates. And other you physical touch, if you touch anything soft or hard, you can feel you touch it. Or sometimes you feel totally unskillful, means they are nothings, you don't feel good or bad, just middles, is called unskillful. Sorry, ahuteka, where nothings, between good and bads. So that kind of five aggregate our mind always create, and those five aggregate have a thousand particles, billion particles, trillion particles. Every single those particles have the ability to produce lives, give lives, make lives. Can be man lives, can be woman lives, can be animal lives, can be insect lives, can be bugs, can be any fly, can be any animal's lives. It is as according to Buddhist Abhidhamma perspective and Abhidhamma conceptions. If you read Abhidhamma, even if you think about yourself, if you are research about it, if you study about it, and if you focus in Abhidhamma, you can see they have so many detail about it, how these mental particles and can produce another lives. Because every single mental factors, every single mental phenomena, those mental phenomena have a million trillion type of particles. But which one is very strong particles? And you can give, like you can see very earlier fasters hours minds, we deal with these particles, and if it is good, we do good, if it is bad, we do bad. According to Buddhist ultimate truths, Abhidhamma, every single these mental particles can give you another lives. If this is skillful, you can have a good lives, and man lives, woman lives, and wealthy lives. Or if you can, you can have also divine lives, extraterrestrial lives. If they are unskillful, unwholesome, those mental particles, this can give you life, reborns or reincarnation as existence to you, as a animal lives, ghost lives, insect lives, fish lives, also unwealthy humans. There are lots of weak, who are disabled humans, you can see our around, living is very misery, very sufferings. That kind of life also can give it to you as a Abhidhamma perspective or Abhidhamma ultimate truth. But if you are meditate, if you are practice mindfulness meditations, if you have a mind concentration mind and awareness minds, when you practice mindfulness meditations, and then that time you can see this for your inner eye, and your mind are so concentrated, every single mental particles very clear and clean, skillful mental particles and unskillful mental particles, you can see very clear and very clean your eyes. And that time you can also have a judgments, you can judge and you can know it about it. Those known particles are good, though every single particle you can see, this is come and go, no one stay permanent. This is coming and go, every single particles, like a blood cell, our as a scientific science, a blood cell, every single blood cells, uh, every 3 months the take new lives and death, life and death, life and death, every single blood cell. And also our genes, our blood cell have a trillion gene, those also genes also taking life and dying, and they are growing or taking new born, new blood cells, new genes. Same things, our mental factors and their mentals, uh, phenomena or mentals, those mm, defilements and mental object, those object also have a trillion particles like our blood cells. Those bloods, those mental particles, both type of particle, wholesome, unwholesome, but though all both type of mental particles, wholesome, unwholesome, both particles like can give you lives, right? But no one stay permanent. Some not giving life you right away, some are giving, some whose one is very strong and whose one is very fast and front of your mind, when you dying in front of you first, and this one going to this one weak or well no matters, this one going to be next existence and next baths. If this is weak, it can be, you can, this mental particle can give you animal lives, can give you insect life, can give you fly life, or can give you bugs, can be animals. If this mental particle is wholesome, skillful, can give you human lives or divine life, extracelestial life. But their no one life are permanent, is impermanent. But there is other mental particle higher. You have a question, where is the other mental particle? Those particle is gone or end or finish or go somewhere away? No, these are still there somewhere. But when you taking this existence, those mental particle come to you, whatever you take in as existence, and it is stay with you, still stay with you until you not removing or not knowing them, and not knowing them or not removing. That's why mindfulness meditation only one of the way, one of the path, one of the road, according to Lord Buddha said. There are no other options available, only one options. If you practice mindfulness, you can decay this every single mental particles where this is very stronger. But there are three type of mental particles, sorry I forget. One is Kosala, and that is Akusala. Another is Ohetuk. Ohetuk one is not give you any bath, any reincarnations, no existence, nothings. Only wholesomes, and unwholesome one give you next existence. You have to remember this. If you don't want next existence, if you if you acknowledge about next existence, this is suffering, this is misery. Or if next existence can be human life, divine life, or extracelestial life, you see the any life you got, you get it, but no one life are permanent. If you get unwholesome lives like ghost lives, animal lives, any hell lives, any miserable lives, but those life also not permanent, those are also impermanent life too. They are good and bad, any lives, no one exists and are permanent, both are impermanent, both are can be, you have to exchange another one, can give you a next existence. You have to take next existence. When this unwholesome and wholesome, these mental particles are how strong and how powerful, how energetics, it can be bad or good. until those mental particles are have the capacity to survive, they will survive. If these mental particles uh, is like a weak and weak is going to be have to take next existence be will be not this mental particle, another mental particle there is nest four times those these mental particle will give you next existence and next life can be better than your previous life. Like you take this time human life, next existence can be divine lives. If you born in a divine lives, when you these mental particles are divine lives that have one capacity, energy and powers. Those capacity, power, energy is weak and more weak and weaker. Then you is if their next mental particle can be very weak or poor, unhealthy, unwholesome, then you have to be maybe take animal lives. Then if you take animal life, this is very harmful, afraid, suffer and very very deceiver life, disgusting lives. You always afraid and you have to live, you live your life with fear, so much fear, right? Then this is sufferings, this is misery, right? No one want to misery. That's why Buddha said you should be focused on a mindfulness. There are only option, only one path, and you practice mindfulness meditations. Then where your mind go oneness, you can see every single mental particles, wholesome, unwholesome, skillful, unskillful. Then you one by one, you see those mental particle natures. What kind of nature is it? It is come and go. There are thousand trillion billion type mental particle. You know this. Okay, you cannot know all particles same times. You cannot know even if you meditate 100,000 years, impossible. But you know have to understand. You have to awaken about it very clear, very strongly observe about it, or you see all these single mental particles. Those are coming and go. They are non-permanent. It is impermanent. This is totally impermanent. This every mental particle giving you suffering, misery, not giving you surprise. They are no one's happiness because those are non-permanent. Even if your divine life, you take human lives or extraterrestrial life, this is not a permanent, but it's gonna we have a one limitations there, limitations, and when is limitation is end, then you have to take another existence. This is the happen when you see by your mind, your by mindfulness, by your meditations eye and meditation knowledge, your observations. That's why very important. When like this many about than 10 trillions, as a science say your body have a 10 trillion blood cells, because your mental particles they are not 10 trillion, more than 10 trillion. You cannot count it, there are no counting methods, I think. But only for you need to know about it. Those all every single mental particles are impermanent. This is sufferings. They are not no I am me and myself, she, he, no one there. You need to know about it very strongly, very clear and very completely. You need to understand, you need to deep understandings. When you deep understands, then you're not going to take any more those, not going to attach with this. This is called ignorance. You don't have any ignorance about it. These your mental particles. And same time you also see this body, one of the previous times when you taking this existence, this previous time yours one single mental particles give you this body present your body. I need this mental particle is the seat of the your existence. Every single mental particle you can call seat of the existence or seed of the, and like a tree, right? We forming lot of crop, lot of trees, same thing. This is every single mental particles can be one single seed. This seed can give you one birth, one lives. That's why you need to destroy this seed and remove it and know about it. This seed is not actually good. This is suffering, this is miserable, this is impermanence, this is not mine. There no where is mine or I and he, she. Buddha always try to say this. You see there, if you see in Buddhist Tripitaka, there are some Buddhist monks only listening to Buddha and his teachings. That time he become enlightenment. And some monks just like a practice in one day only meditation, he become enlightenment. Some monks only 7 day practicing meditation, he become enlightenment. Some monks were practicing meditation 17 days or like 1 month, then become enlightenment. Some are 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, or 7 years. Some monks are never been enlightenment because he don't understand this. He don't have a mind concentration and mindfulness, and he cannot observe about it. These mental particles or physical mental particles about it. He don't have a maturity and he don't have a adulty, and adulty he not graduating himself by knowing this mental particle and nature and habit, how the work, how what they are doing, and what is this actually. This mental particle give you sufferings and pain and all misery, and this place to that place because of your ignorance. You think this is all mine, this is all me, this is all you. Because you see, when you taking existent examples, you are man, women, every single man, woman try to, oh, I want to concrete this whole world, all living being must be listened to me, and I am going to control everything, I am going to own everything, everything is my, everything is should be listened to me and control to me what I say. That kind of most of the men, women, we are so much as desire who have, we always think like this way, right? But who will not have a desire, no, this is never happen, this is ignorance, this is some kind of ignorance. We don't want this, then, right? But very little people like this. Most of the people thinks, oh, this is my woman, my man, my children, my daughters, and this is my house, my cars, this is my business, this is my village, this is my country, and this is my temple, my monastery. This is everything my. Everything should be listened to my, and bow to my, pray to my. Like this, so many men, women think like this. This is cause of ignorance. Buddha said there is no my, no you, no you. This is just ignorance. When you know about it, by only you, if you are practice mindfulness meditation, you know these mental particles, what's going on. These stupid mental particles, this give you suffering, all misery, all pains. You have to take like a, if you read it, if you learn about it, 4 Noble Truths and 8 Noble Path, they are talk about it, Buddha, about why this all cause of the sufferings, why this all cause of the pains, and how to end these pains, and how to spread this pain, how to end this pain. You can learn about it there. I will talk another day. These 4 Noble Truths, 8 Noble Paths. Lots of Buddhist monks and other Buddhist scholars have a wonderful speech and conversation discussion about it. If you go YouTube and Google, you can see it, you can read it, and you can listen it. But I just like to clear about mindfulness meditation or mind and body particles. And same things, this our body particles, right? They are every single body particles. This can be my skins, like this blood, what do you call, this is our skin, right? This skin muscles, there are lots of hairs, my teeth and my blood, and my brain, there have a lots of brain cells. Those brain cells also taking life, born and life and death. Every single blood cell. There have maybe 3 billion or 3 trillion uh, blood cells, brain cells. Hmm. And same our body have a 10 trillion blood cells, and same our these hairs and every body part. Those body part always changing, and always changing. When you have a meditation, mindfulness meditation, you can see by your wisdom eye, your meditation eyes. But today's science cannot see uh, mental factors or mental phenomena or mental particles, atoms. You can call atoms too, but science can see that this our body atoms, body cells, and body particles. In science, using microscope, telescope, and see these body particles are taking lives, they're born and life and death. They are nothing permanent, but science can see this, and they have also medical science how to fix these blood cells, how to fix these body particle. That try to fix things, and that try to found using materials, and this material, that material fixing to make surviving lives, staying lives, living lives as much good. But no one life can live million years, 100,000 years. It's have a limited times. As our Abhidharma perspective and ultimate truth, say Buddhist ultimate truth. This is ultimate truth. This is not only Buddhist. It is for everyone. It is universal. It is universal truth. Universal truth. Same. But scientific microscope or telescope, this using materials, you cannot see these mental particles. You cannot destroy these mental particles. You cannot fix these mental particles using materials, using microscope, telescopes, and you cannot also identify these mental particles or mental atoms by using telescope, microscopes, or those material machine. Never ever. That's why you need to practice mindfulness meditation. If you are practice mindfulness meditations, and you can fix these your mentals, you can also see which one is Kosala, who is an Okosala, who is an wholesome, who is an unwholesome. And you can also identify it, and you can destroy that, and you can remove it. You can know these mental particle natures and have it. If you know only Buddhist mindfulness meditations means you must be know about your mental particles, mental factors. This mental factor, mental phenomena, they are not 1 or 2, 300,000, they are million, trillion of this. But you need to, but if you go by one by one, 100 years, 1,000 years, million years, you cannot destroy them. But when you can destroy, only for you need to be strong understandings, strong maturity, strong ability to know about those mental factors. There are no one mental factors, good or bad, kosala, akosala, wholesome, unwholesome, skillful, unskillful. No one are permanent. Everything is impermanent. There are no mine, no I am, no he, no she. Whatever is this. This is no, there is no one mine, no one is me, no one is he, no one is she. You have to know about it. This ignorance, this attachment, this desire give you ness existence. Existence is sorrow, existence is greed, existence is a pain, existence is a misery, existence is sufferings, all cause of the pain or existence. Many people blame like if Buddhism is pessimistic, Buddhism is taught all sufferings. No, Buddhism is optimistic, Buddhism is happiness, Buddhism is solutions, Buddhism is your permanent solutions to hide permanent hopes and permanent wish and you achieve means Buddhism is mean achievements. Buddhism means your hopes. Buddhism means wish. Buddhism is happiness. Buddhism is solutions all problems from. Buddhism is way of the problem solvers. This is leader of the way of the how to solve your problems. How to solutions all problems, how to make solutions all difficulty, all problems, all pains. This is the way of the Buddhisms. That's why you must practice mindfulness. Everyone, you like to solve your problem, you want solutions, you should practice mindfulness. There only way to solve problems and make solutions is mindfulness meditation. You monk, you nun, you devotee, whatever you are, you should be practice mindfulness meditations day base, 1 hour 2 hour as you could. But if you don't take this chance, then you lost the game, you lost it, your life will almost meaningless. Meaningless means you live life but you don't understand about your lives, and you don't use your life for proper way, perfect way, and you may not make real benefiting your life selves. That's why mindfulness is very important. I think you can understand what is the mind and body, and why mind body very important to be part of the Buddhisms, and why mind and body how to identify mind and body, and what to do mind and body, and what to know about mind and body. You can know about your body by reading lots of science books. I also read lots of science books. I try to learn from something from science, what's actually science try to say us, and what is the scientific view. This is conventional things, so many things, there are lots of conceptions there that you can learn about your body and body systems and this body particles by reading science books, science materials, science techniques, science technology, science method. But you cannot learn and cannot know about it anything about mental factor, mental phenomena, mental particles, mental atoms. You need to know about mental atoms and particles, mental factor, mental phenomena. Only way practice mindfulness meditations. You need to a strong understanding, understood awareness and observations, and you have to graduate. There million trillions, every single mental particle are impermanent, they are non-permanent. Then no one mind, no one me, no one shelves, no one mind shelves, don't know shelves. Then nothing. This is just coming and goings. Before I think this is mine, this is me, this is he, this is she. That's why this is my ignorance. This ignorance giving existence. This existence give you all sorrows, all griefs, all suffering, all pains. I take lives and I die, and taking another existence. When I take lives, this lifetime I have so many things, so many kind of pains. I need to eat food, I need to working hard, and I get accident. Sometimes I lost my body, get damage my body. I have to fix this body, find the doctor, find the medical science, material science to fix this body, and to survive more life, more day, more years, more longer as I could, until my this body have the surviving capacity, ability. You like to live and you like to enjoy, you like to lead, and you like to find more day to enjoy. This is every people, every man woman have it, every man woman nature. This is called ignorance and desires, because every man want to conquer whole world, on the whole world, but no one does. It's impossible. This is just ignorance. And same things, that's why I need to meditations, mindfulness. You have to know about this everything mental particles. There's trillion, 100 trillions. There are no one mental particular permanent. There are no mental particular good. There are no one mental particular myself or me or my souls. There are no ones. This you need to maturity about it, graduating about it. Then when you know graduate and you know about it, then it's called you are a saint beings. It is called Sautapanna, fastest of sentient beings. There are four type of sentient beings: Sotapanna, Sakritagami, Anagami, Arahat. Fastest of sentient being is Sotapanna, sentient beings. And second is Sakritagami, third is Anagami, fourth is Arahant, is completely enlightened, completely understood, and completely understands. You totally awakens. You don't have any more existence. You are totally free from existing. Then you are super liberate. You're super liberate. There I think I want to clear another things today. Like when we have a desires, when you deal with our mental particle, when you deal with existence, you try to concrete for other. But today the example science try to know whole universe, whole galaxy, black holes, and whole planet, and whole big bangs, right? Whole cosmology. You can say man like to concrete all everything. I don't know, man. It's impossible to concrete. If you want to concrete whole world, you want to know whole world, whole cosmology, whole universe, and whole big bangs, you should be practice mindfulness meditations. You may practice mindfulness meditations, and there are no more ignorance, no more uneducatings, no more attachments about it, cosmologies and universe and big bangs. You can see by your wisdoms, your knowledge, your awakening powers by everything, all planet, all whole galaxy, whole universe, whole cosmology. There's your darkness, your desire will be end about it. You are totally educated. You are a scientist, super scientist. You are a super scientist. You are going to be not ordinary scientist, not ordinary material scientist. You are ultimate scientist, and you are ultimately educated. That's why only if you want to ultimate science or you want to ultimate scientist person, you should practice mindfulness. Then you know everything. Thank you so much, guys.